The honourable member for Morel Mermaid.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know these are easy stories to hear. They're not easy to read, Minister, but they're important. Here's another one. My friend just left the emergency room with their 12-year-old son who was suicidal. They were seen by a doctor who told them there was no pediatric psychiatrist available to see him. The doctor didn't feel comfortable prescribing antidepressants. They were told to go home. So now they're on their way home with no treatment, no help, and no further ahead. Mr. Speaker, I've been hearing these promises and the promise that things are going to get better and we're going to get to it for 10 years now. Do you think, Minister, that this government is failing this 12-year-old boy?
The Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Mr. Speaker, it's good to know that the Honourable Member of Morel Mermaid seems to be an expert in the delivery of healthcare services when it comes to mental health, Mr. Speaker. Once again, if the individual did go to an emergency room and they've seen a health professional in the delivery of mental health services or in emergency room to identify what would be the most appropriate action to take and whether there should be a case of prescribing of a medication or what have you, I have to take some solace that the healthcare professionals are delivering the services and making the appropriate recommendations when it comes to the individual that they're seeing, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Minister. The Honourable Member, Morel Mermaid.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's no need of firing shots over me here, Minister. I'm getting these stories. You hear these stories. There's no need laughing about it. These are serious, serious things that have to come. I know they're tough to deal with, but you have to deal with them as a minister. And I know you don't want to hear them, but you have to hear the stories. I know, but we've been hearing them for 10 years now from this government, okay? You promised in 2014 and 2015 for a dedicated youth inpatient mental health unit. Do you think the time is now for this unit?
The Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Mr. Speaker, I had the opportunity as Minister to present to the Standing Committee on Health and Wellness, Mr. Speaker, with Dr. Kaiser and Verna Ryan, and we outlined a plan as far as the delivery of mental health services in this province, and we are working towards that plan. And as well as that, Mr. Speaker, we are working hard on the issues around recruitment. And I know the Honourable Member identified an issue with child psychiatrists. Yes, we are short one child psychiatrist in this province, Mr. Speaker. Recruiting and retention is working hard to try to recruit the necessary healthcare professionals, including psychiatrists, as well as a child psychiatrist, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Minister. The Honourable Member, Morel Mermaid.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this government promised it in their election. And they did present to the Standing Committee, Mr. Speaker. And do you know what they said when they were asked about this special unit? This is what they said, and I quote, "However, we could not secure a reasonable location that was within our budget." Minister, how much of a priority was this commitment if you couldn't find the dollars for it?
The Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the issues around mental health or for healthcare delivery in the province for that matter, it is not always about a money issue, Mr. Speaker. It's also about trying to provide the services and healthcare professionals to deliver that service, Mr. Speaker.